everybody. So my name is Ray, and I'm actually the founder of the Monash Blockchain Alliance, and I also represent Australia for the Monash University. And today what we're going to do is we're going to interview Dr. Joseph Liu, who's a very big contributor to the Monero cryptocurrency, and is also heading the research for the Hcash cryptocurrency, and is also the head of the Monash Blockchain Research Lab at Monash University in Melbourne. So this is Joseph. Hi Joseph.
Hi.
Hi. So could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, where you studied before, and what you're doing now for Monash?
Okay. I'm Joseph, and I'm originally from Hong Kong, and I got my PhD from Hong Kong. After that, I spent 2 years in UK as a research fellow, and then I moved to Singapore for 7 years before coming to Monash at March 2015. So I've been here for almost 4 years, and now I'm an associate professor in the Faculty of IT. And my main research focuses on applied cryptography and, of course, blockchain.
Okay. So which aspect of cryptocurrency cryptography are you actually working on right now?
I'm mainly working on the applied cryptography, and when you take a look on blockchain cryptography, it's not difficult to find some common area. For example, the privacy-preserving algorithms in blockchain is definitely one of the very important areas that make use of cryptography research. And this is also one of my strongest focus points in my blockchain research area.
Okay, so we're going to we probably have a range of people in the audience, and for people who are exploring blockchain and cryptography, and if they're studying computer science at an undergraduate level, what do you think they should be focusing on when it comes to this?
I think there are several areas that computer science students may try to focus if they have interest in blockchain. The first, of course, is privacy preserving, and that may require some knowledge in cryptography or maybe have a mathematics background. The second is the consensus. The consensus such as proof of work or proof of stake, and that may require the knowledge of some network chain management. And the third, smart contract. Smart contract is quite different from the privacy preserving or consensus, because some people say that smart contract is just like a virtual machine on the distributed platform. So if you want to have an interest in smart contract, you may take a look on some software engineering units that may be related.
Okay, so that's how, this is what first year students should probably consider or think about.
Yes.
Or even those students in high school.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And from the perspective of Monash, how is Monash getting involved with blockchain tech?
Monash recently has put a lot of resources in blockchain. For example, we have established a joint lab between Monash and Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and supported by a company called Polystart. And Monash, we have a physical location for our lab, for this joint lab. And in the coming several months, we are going to establish a Monash Blockchain Technology Center that will consist of all the experts of the university, including research, education, and training. And the faculty is also very supportive. The faculty, we just hired a new staff in blockchain research, and we are also going to hire lots of people and also open some new units in the blockchain area.
Okay, so you mentioned the word research, with the research lab that's physical at Monash. So which areas of research in the blockchain space is the lab working on?
The main focus, of course, is privacy-preserving areas. And in addition to that, we also work on the consensus algorithm. And these are the two main areas that our joint lab is focusing on.
Okay. And in the current type of blockchains out there, these two are the areas which don't work very well. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. For example, the privacy-preserving algorithms, only very, very few cryptocurrencies as public blockchain system provide this kind of features. And the consensus is still an open issue. Okay, you should know that Bitcoin is using a proof of work, but it does not scale very well. And the confirmation time takes very long, several minutes to maybe 1 hour. So it's not a desirable property if you just want to, for example, buy a cup of coffee and wait for 1 hour in a cafe. And on the other side, there are some other kind of consensus protocols such as proof of stake. But it's not as popular as proof of work, mainly because of the security issue and also the scalability issue. So it's still an open area. Many researchers in the world are still finding a suitable consensus protocol that can have the scalability and security as well.
Okay. Thanks for that information. Now, I just want to ask some questions that probably help students decide or think about where they would like to focus on when it comes to post-computer science work. So what sort of jobs will graduates who focus on blockchain tech be able to get? Like what sort of job titles, what industries?
There are lots of jobs opportunities recently if you know blockchain, because it's just a relatively new area, and I believe not many graduate students they have the knowledge or experience of these blockchain technologies. But on the other side, when you go into industry, many industries they want to have people who have this kind of experience to develop blockchain system, and not just restricted to cryptocurrency or fintech. Of course, in the finance industry, the bank they want to have a blockchain system to connect with other financial institutes. But on the other side, other sectors, for example, logistics sectors or even the food safety sector, they are trying to use blockchain technology to improve their business. And since they need this kind of technology, they need to find a suitable candidate who has experience in blockchain technology. And this is what we can provide as a university, the kind of education and training to our students to equip them with suitable knowledge to find a job in the industry.
Okay, so I'm actually a graduate of data science, and in data science, a lot of times companies expect you to have domain expertise.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to work in data science for a food company,
Yeah.
they might expect you to have a master's or a PhD in food science. So is that a sort of similar expectation for somebody who wants to work for a bank? Do they have to have some sort of banking expertise and blockchain coding skills?
Of course, to have both is an ideal, but in the reality, you can't find a suitable candidate who is an expert in bank as well as in blockchain. So there's a kind of compromise. And in terms of this compromise level, the bank, I believe, if they want to develop a blockchain system, they will find a person who has a blockchain experience, but maybe have only very little or even none. The finance background should be okay.
Okay, so you're saying just learning about blockchain coding and the concepts in cryptography that support blockchain would be very beneficial to students in the next 12 years?
Yes, exactly.
So so since I studied data science, what I saw was when I came to Australia, there was not many jobs available for data science. And then fast forward to 2019, and LinkedIn has exploded with these ads for jobs, and they're all related to data science.
Yeah.
So is this what we could expect, possibly with blockchain?
Yeah, of course, and it's just the beginning. This year is just the beginning of this blockchain opportunities explosion. Because in the past, you may know that maybe the price of Bitcoin drops a lot, the price of this cryptocurrency drops a lot. But that doesn't mean that it's the end. But on the opposite, it's just the beginning. For every new technology, the first part is this kind of bubble. When the bubble has broken, it's just the beginning that the real technology will be applied in different sectors in the society.
That's very reassuring.
Yeah.
So it's a good area for students to focus on. So if you're a graduate student or master's student and you're considering a thesis, so what sort of research opportunities are there for these sort of talented research people if they want to focus on blockchain?
They may try to conduct some blockchain-related research, especially for master students. because you are not a PhD student, you may not have the time, say 3 years or 4 years to conduct a very detailed research. But you can at least have a taste of this kind of blockchain, simple piece of research. For example, to do some analysis of this blockchain topic platform to find out is there any security vulnerabilities, or maybe try to modify this kind of consensus protocol, maybe just to improve a single piece. These all are doable within capability of a master student.
Okay. It's good to know. And so, are there any potential classes? So this is talking to non-technical students, because blockchain is so big. There's a technical side to it, and there's a business side to it. And I think a lot of people are not focusing much on business students, especially in Monash. It seems like I'm not aware of any classes in blockchain yet, but maybe next semester. So are there any potential classes or places that non-technical students from business or other disciplines can take to help them understand blockchain?
As a faculty of IT, of course, our main focus is to provide a technical training for the students. But for the master or master of business information system students, if they have interest to study this blockchain and if they don't want to study these 2 technical units that we are going to open in the second semester, they can also try to conduct this kind of industry training or minor business project, because blockchain itself is not a single area, it is an interdisciplinary area. So we can work together with the digital health people, we can work together with the energy people or the finance, fintech people. And we can come up with a minor business project that covers all this area. For example, how to apply blockchain into a digital health setting. Right. So this is not just the technical part, but we also incorporate into other business settings.
Okay, good. So this part of the interview is actually sort of focused on students, and then now we will just talk about the future of blockchain in general. So we understand that you had a big role to play in terms of how Monero was created. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's supposed to be the most anonymous cryptocurrency out there. So could you share exactly what you did to contribute to Monero's creation?
Okay. Actually, it's back to my PhD in 2004, so many years ago, 15 years ago already. And at that time, I created a new primitive called linkable ring signature. It's a kind of cryptographic primitive that allows people to sign anonymously and also to be traceable. Traceable means if I spend it, say, 2 times or 3 times, the people know that someone has spent twice or 3 times. And at that time, I can't think of any applications just because I need to graduate, just write a paper and call linkable ring signature is quite fancy. But after 10 years later, and suddenly come up with this Monero and use of my PhD thesis. So why they need my PhD thesis, why they need to use linkable ring signature? The main reason is they want to provide the user anonymity. Of course, we can use ring signature or other primitives, but at the same time, if every user is anonymous in the blockchain or in the cryptocurrency scenarios, we cannot detect if you have double spend. Double spend means, okay, you have one Monero, for example, you copy and paste many times, and you can easily have 10 Moneros. And if it is just an anonymous protocol, we can spend all these copies, but it should not be allowable. Because money should not be copied, so you have $1, you cannot create another one or copy another duplicate. So we need somehow a mechanism to detect this kind of duplication activities. So that's why they use my PhD thesis, which provides 2 things. The first, anonymity. The second is we call linkability. That means if you just copy this Monero into another, say, computer or phone, you cannot spend it second time or third time. The miners, the verifiers, they can easily detect, this is the same coin that you have spent yesterday. So therefore, you are not allowed to use it anymore because you have already used it yesterday.
Like real currency?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So is the Hcash different for this?
Hcash is a more advanced cryptocurrency. In the Monero, because they make use of my 15 years ago research, of course, these 15 years is quite long in the sense of academic world, and we have developed more advanced algorithm. What kind of advancement is it? Our algorithm that is deployed in Hcash will be post-quantum secure. So what is post-quantum secure? So in the near future, when the quantum computer has been invented, suppose that it should not be long, maybe 5 to 10 years, all these algorithms, just like RSA or elliptic curve, will be broken. That means I can just use a quantum computer, just click the button, few seconds, I can break all these RSA security or EC elliptic curve security that's being used in Bitcoin nowadays. And Hcash is trying to provide security even in the existence of this future quantum computer. That means 5 years later, if there is a quantum computer, you can use it to break this Monero or Bitcoin very easily, but you cannot use it to break Hcash. Because Hcash is prepared for the security of this very powerful quantum computer.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like I should invest in some Hcash. Yeah. Okay. So we're based in Australia, and I understand that Australia actually was given the responsibility to help blockchain, to regulate blockchain at the World Economic Forum level, I think. So could you tell me what you think is the role of blockchain in Australia, or the role of Australia in blockchain?
I think Australia plays a very important role, especially in the Asia-Pacific region. In the Asia-Pacific region, because in terms of the population, of course, China is the most populated region or countries in the world. But in China, there are certain limitations of this blockchain development, especially in the cryptocurrencies domain. The Chinese government is banning all these kind of cryptocurrencies in China. It doesn't mean that it's not a kind of good development, because there are many good cryptocurrencies in terms of technology. For example, of course, Bitcoin is the first one, and then Monero is a very good applies to certain cryptocurrency, as well as, for example, some other kinds of cryptocurrency that has a breakthrough technologies. So we should not prevent this kind of technology innovations, even in the context of public cryptocurrency. And now Australia plays a very important role in this kind of context, because we have the Gold Age University, the highest ranking university in this region, and we also have these people doing this kind of blockchain related research. And more importantly, our industry such as not just the fintech but also the logistics, the food safety, or the real mining industry, they all require the use to blockchain technology to somehow improve their business. And this is what Australia can contribute to the community, the blockchain community. There are two ways. The first, of course, is the fundamental blockchain research, the blockchain technology research. The second is the application of blockchain technology. Not just to invest Bitcoin or to define Bitcoin or different, but also to make use of this blockchain technology into different sectors. And this is what Australia can contribute to the world.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. So a lot of the focus with blockchain at the moment seems to come from the perspective of IT research. You're saying that there has to be more input from the business side of things?
Yes. And also the interdisciplinary sectors. Because just like the inventions of, for example, internet or cloud computing in the past, of course at the beginning of the stage, it's just related to IT research. So internet is computer science. But now you can see who are using internet, who are using the cloud, not just the computer scientists, not just the computer science students, but everyone in the world. So it's the same as blockchain. At the beginning stage, of course, is the people to do this IT research in blockchain. But later on, who will use it? Every people will use it. Not just the IT people, but the bank, the energy people, the digital health people, the logistic people, or even the physical mining people, the transportation. Every sector, they will find out blockchain will somehow improve the business.
Okay. So that's more positive information that we should get involved with blockchain. And we're in the right country for it. I think probably Australia's got a few pointers from Singapore and Switzerland. They've actually been a bit open-minded with cryptocurrency when everybody else is blocking it and banning it. So you mentioned that Monash University is going to do a couple of courses on blockchain as well, right?
Yes.
Could you just tell us like one or two things about the courses?
Okay, sure. We are going to open a new unit in Master for blockchain at the second semester of this year. And we also plan to start another unit about smart contract next year. And we are also going to put it or expand it into undergraduate level very soon. So this is for the education side from Monash. For the training side, we will start a micro-credential on blockchain this year. And also, once the centers has been established, we plan to have this kind of blockchain for manager that specifically for the manager in other sectors. We hope to let them know how blockchain can improve their business.
So it's non-technical.
Yes, non-technical.
And you mentioned quantum computing as well, right? So could you tell us, I mean, not everybody probably understands what quantum computing is yet. So could you just like share what exactly that is?
So I can use maybe one sentence to let the people know what is quantum computing. Very, 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 very powerful computer.
Okay.
Much more powerful than the current one. Example, if you want to use this computer to break the RSA, that is the normal SSL and network security, it may take maybe 500 years for you to break the system. That is not practical. But if you use a quantum computer, maybe several seconds or 7 minutes.
Okay.
You can see the difference.
Right. So Monash has one of these?
Currently, it's not yet practical, so they're still under research how to construct a practical quantum computer, and lots of global companies they are doing this kind of research. And we believe in the coming future, maybe 5 to 10 years, these quantum computers will become practical.
Okay, so this will defy some laws of processor development.
Yeah, exactly. So in the academic world of cryptography, we have already started to develop, we call it post-quantum secure cryptographic algorithm to replace the existing.
Okay. And this is more, quantum computing is probably more related to like electrical engineering as well?
Maybe physics.
Physics as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.